Hello and welcome to the Zekeism Podcast. Thank you very much for listening. I will introduce ourselves or what we plan to do in this podcast. And this is a very rough intro, but nevertheless, my name is Zeke. You may have seen some of my content on my channel. I run Zekeism. I've got two other channels as well that run wrestling and gaming content, but mainly focus on this channel, which is the podcast is going to be mostly about film and TV and pop culture and sort of anything sort of interesting or mildly interesting we want to talk about. And who I'm going to talk about things with is my brother Zook, who will introduce himself now. Hi, Zook.
Hello, thanks, Zeke. Like Zeke, I've got a big passion for films. Definitely I'm definitely feel like between the two of us, I'm more about the story, you're more about the production in terms of like the debates we'll have sometimes. But happy to be here and then looking forward to hopefully regaling a lot of your fans.
If you get confused between the two of us because we sound similar, Zook is spelled Zook, the same letters as the word poo, and that may help people distinguish between the two of us. And if you hear some of his thoughts, you may understand why that joke is relevant. Anyway, we're moving on.
I am honestly shocked that so soon this is coming up.
What do you mean?
You've likened me to poo within 30 seconds of starting the first inaugural podcast.
If the shoe fits, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, here we go. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let us know in the comments. On my take.
What do you
I want to know if my takes are poo or is Zeke's takes diarrhea.
Zeke's takes poo. Right. Okay. Cool.
Zeke's takes diarrhea or my take poo.
Yeah.
That's the back barometer now.
No worries at all. No worries at all. And that was completely off the cuff. I didn't rehearse that whatsoever. Anyway, thank you very much. Nice to.
No, you thought about that.
What? No, I didn't.
You thought about that.
Improv, mate. Improv. Thank you very much for listening. Like I said, in all seriousness, we are really excited to talk about, like I said, the things we're looking to talk about. You know, discussing film. We're avid telly addicts, to be honest with you. So it's within our wheelhouse to talk about things we're entertained by. This is a safe space. We don't want to get political with anything. It's unnecessary, in my opinion. I think you're agreeing with that, right?
I zero. I'm apolitical and everything.
Exactly.
I have zero opinions. So it's just about quality and entertainment. That is all I care about when it comes to film and TVs.
Totally. Yeah. Well, I think we're both in agreement with that. So that's basically the MO of the podcast. Thank you for listening. You're all more than welcome. And let's go. So we'll get with the first story to discuss, and apologies for the first episode being rough and ready. We'll improve with time. But first news story of the day. We're recording this on a very cold Wednesday evening here in the UK. Top news story as far as we're concerned, or I'm concerned, I'm bringing this to the table, is Avengers Doomsday apparently has finished initial filming here in the UK. They've wrapped up filming. They've got what they need, allegedly. We know that's not necessarily going to be 100% the case because it is a Marvel movie. They're going to do reshoots eventually. And so you call it, I think, principal photography has been done. They're all wrapping up the sets. And so, that's the rumor. They're done filming the initial. So I guess your immediate take for that, Zook.
I struggle to believe it, if I'm being quite honest. It feels very soon. I'm not saying Marvel at this point might not be a well-oiled machine. I'm not saying at this point that, Disney might not have. I mean, this may have been planned well in advance, but it seems very soon for a scale of the movie they're looking to film. And you'd have thought, bearing in mind this is a two-parter, that they'd be filmed back to back. So back to back filming. And they've completed both. That I struggle.
Just Doomsday.
They're not being filmed. Sorry, they're not being filmed back to back.
They are being filmed back to back, but Doomsday has apparently wrapped up filming. So Secret Wars is to come.
Yeah. I still struggle to believe it.
Potentially a mystery third Marvel film that's in the slate that they haven't announced. In between, that was due to come out in between Doomsday and in between Secret Wars. Strong rumors are that that's a Doctor Strange Time Runs Out film. That's the bookie's favourite.
That makes a lot of sense because you feel Doctor Strange has to be in.
We've both read Secret Wars, so we sort of know what's coming. or we sort of know where they're going to go, where they're going to
I
end
love
up.
Secret Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one
2015,
of our
16
favorite.
version, whichever it is.
2015. That's the one they're adapting. About apparently
Yeah.
very strongly adapting the 2015 run, and sort of the sort of surrounding comics around that time as well. Any other loose ends they've got, any other loose ends that people care about in phases 4, 5, and 6 that they want to wrap up will obviously get tied into it as well. But that's the rumor. Is that's the plan?
I mean, well, unless they were filming. I mean, there's two directors, I guess. They're not both being real set at the same time. Maybe they delegate, but maybe you can film things in separate places and get it all done. Maybe that's what it's been such a well-oiled machine. I do struggle hearing that hot take to say everything's done and dusted. There are always reshoots for sure, but to say
Hmm.
that you've filmed everything you need to at this point, I'd be like, what already? I swear, didn't they
Well,
only start in like
they started
April,
in
late
May. May.
May? Yeah, that's only
Yeah,
been
May.
3 months.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you think
That's
about, so
nuts. Oh
I
well,
I don't.
actually, there are films that have been made and filmed in 3 months, haven't there, in the past? But
It
I'd
is
have just
short.
presumed with the scale of this that it would be a lot longer.
I think it is short. I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done Doomsday. I think they have done what they wanted to do for this portion of the filming schedule. The Marvel films and comic book films in general, or any film that's got big CG battle scenes and all that sort of stuff, is dubbed previs. They would have done. They're probably already doing that before they even started filming the actors on set. They've already started doing the battle scenes, and they'll just plonk in the faces of the people or the scenes of people actually fighting on the sets in between the previous stuff. So, stuff like Falcon flying around or Thor doing his hammer wielding. All previous stuff they'd have been working on maybe last year or the year before in preparation for this. If they've had a plan, which again
That was my next
is
question, if I'm
is a
honest.
touch wood sort of. Hopefully they do have a plan now, but yeah.
Well, that was my next question. Does that mean that the majority of the film is going to be CGI driven?
I think it's going to be heavily CGI. We know where they're going
Hmm.
to end up potentially with, and I'm sort of,
Worlds
I'm,
colliding.
well, yeah. I mean, it is, yeah. I mean, it's incursions, isn't it? And if you've read
Yeah.
the start of the Secret Wars comics, you know where they're going to go. I think that ends Doomsday. The beginning of the
I
Secret
think
Wars comic, I think,
the
is
whole
the end of
film.
Doomsday.
I think the whole film is that first comic that that this whole film is that incursion
I think
colliding.
that's it. I think it
Yeah,
culminate. Doomsday will be in a nutshell, in my opinion. This is just a theory. The introducing us to Doctor Doom, his power set, showing us very akin to Thanos at the beginning of Infinity War. Much like that, we didn't know much about Thanos before that film. That film did a great job in not only introducing you to that character, his power set, his threat level, and then ending with him sort of not just winning, I guess, but seeing his plan through to fruition. So you knew a lot more about him. I think it's going to be very similar with Doctor Doom's introduced. We explain why he looks like Tony Stark. Whatever that
yeah,
is,
yeah.
they have to address that. That's going to be explained. I heard a great rumor about what they could do with that, and I'll might mention that in a
I
minute.
heard one as well that interested me.
Oh, okay, that's cool. We can dovetail then. But I think that, yeah, they introduced the Doctor Doom, his power set, what his motivation is, and then in the background you've got the incursions occurring between predominantly the Fox X-Men universe and 616.
Yeah. Well, I will say about the comic though, and I do like the comic, but the first part of it where there is that incursion, it's very hard to keep track of.
Mm.
The fight itself seems it's going on, but you have no idea what's really happening. And I think you do want to see like I don't know a Captain America fight another Captain America, or even take on Mr. Fantastic. You do want to see that mix and match of just a couple of uh, scraps and brawls, if you know what I mean. Like, and it doesn't really go into that too much in the comic. It leads
Mm.
pretty much straight on to what happens next. So it would
Well,
be,
that
I
sort
would
of
be interested in a whole film around that, is what I'm saying.
yeah, I think that sort of plays into what the time runs out could be as that middle film between the two big films, if you like, the two Avengers films. If it is going to be Doctor Strange time runs out, last we saw of him, he went through a portal with Clea, Charlize Theron, to go talk to Dormammu about something.
Say it again.
Dormammu. What? What did I say?
I forgot his name. I couldn't remember.
Dormammu. I've come to bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the last time we saw. That's the last we saw of him. Um, and
They would need to bring him back to tell a adequate Secret Wars story, I feel. And they would need to do something in between in order to bring him back because you can't leave it on that cliffhanger of him walking through the portal after the Multiverse of Madness.
well, Time Runs Out was the comic series prior, done by Jonathan Hickman as well, prior to that 2015 comic, which was the groundwork to explain why the incursions are happening. So basically, Doomsday, I think, is going to be based on Time Runs Out, ironically. Then a film called Time Runs Out is what's happening with Doctor Strange that leads into Secret Wars. That's what I
So
think,
do you think it could almost be, like you say, a three-part story where what Doctor
pretty
Strange
much.
does almost
Mm.
brings forward the incursion? I know we get little hints in other films about what could cause all this, but is whatever he's gone off to do going to bring that forward to then lead to,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is the fallacy, I guess, with having this be our first episode of the podcast because there's so much that can go into this film.
Mm,
So many tidbits and rumors I've heard. Basically, the incursions, there's been multiple uh, events that have caused incursions. You know, Wanda, what she did,
mm.
Spider-Man, what he did. So there's apparently multiple. That's the rumor. Is there's
Deadpool.
multiple Deadpool? Absolutely, yeah. There's been multiple perpetrators of incursions, and they will be caught for it. Also, Kevin Feige pointed while he's promoting Deadpool Wolverine that the anchor being thing is very key to what this story is. That every universe has an anchor being, and when they die, the universe, or when they was it when they die, when they die, that universe starts to decay, and
Mm.
which causes an incursion. Sort of
Okay.
muddies the water a little bit, but the
Yeah.
anchor being thing may be akin to um, the anchor being thing. I think is more of a Kang Dynasty thing that they may be now retroactively using as Doctor Doom. They're merging the stories, remember, because Kang's the elephant in the room with this as well, because it was the
Mm.
Kang Dynasty. I mean, it would have been out by now actually if all had fallen into place. It was going to come out May this year,
Yeah.
but Thunderbolts came out. And obviously at the end of Kang Dynasty, there is the Kangs destroy the Earth, but Mr. Fantastic and Co. save key beings that they need from the planet. One being
Mm.
Star-Lord, one being Spider-Man, one being. So you can sort of see what they're doing. They're molding the storylines that they had going on or they had planned for Kang Dynasty, who again is the elephant in the room here. What do you do with him? Does he even feature?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if. No, I don't think they're gonna mention
I don't
Kang
think
in
Jonathan
any
Majors would.
capacity.
Yeah, I don't
No.
think Jonathan Majors is popping up for reasons. But whether does Kang show up? Do they even address it? Is that the equivalent of Thanos beating the crap out of the Hulk at the beginning of Infinity War to set the standard? Does he wipe out the Council of Kangs at the beginning of the film, and then you go, okay, there you go, there's your threat.
Yeah. Well, that would also retroactive everything that's gone on before and not make it as meaningless.
You'd be able to tie up that storyline.
Yeah.
The If I was running the studio, that's not what I would do because I would like to leave the Council of Kangs on the table
Mm.
for future storylines, whether Jonathan Majors is involved or not. That's quite a formidable threat slash storyline. You know, how many without sort of poking Marvel with a stick, how many storylines have they pissed up the wall a little bit? The Secret Invasion is gone. They've used that.
Yeah.
They've wasted that one. There's been others that aren't coming to my head that they sort of big comic book runs that they've sort of just let Gore the God Butcher gone. That
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that ship sailed.
Should have been a two-part serious film, if not a trilogy.
Should have been a trilogy all on itself.
Yeah.
So there's examples that you think if you're going to do it with Council of Kangs, like you said, just wipe them out. It's a bit of a waste. You want to, they were going to be the big threat of this.
But isn't this whole thing around a reset, really?
It is a
You know,
reset.
but
Secret Wars.
ultimately, so
We
whatever
know that
goes on can
2020,
be fixed.
the end of 2027. So that's December 2027. We will have a brand new MCU of some variety. At the end of Secret Wars, we're going to have a brand new MCU populated with people they want to carry over or people they
Mm.
don't, a brand new. And then we're into the mutant legacy, mutant era. That's what they say. Phase
And
7
I'm
is.
praying for Avengers versus X-Men, my favorite comic.
It's got to be. It's got to be what they build to. The
I
end of
hope so. I
phase
love that story. I'd love to see it on the big
7,
screen.
9. Yeah, just
And
take their
please
time with
bring
that.
Fassbender back as Magneto. That is the only old X-Men I will put my hat on to say bring back.
For phase 7, you mean, or for Secret Wars?
For real, bring back Fassbender
Okay.
as Magneto. I loved his
Because
portrayal.
McKellen's already cast. McKellen's in it.
Yeah, but you can have both.
Okay. Well, that brings me on to another news, the article that's doing the rounds today, actually. To pivot.
Hold on,
Still
before you
on.
do that, hang on. Didn't you have a theory on Doctor Doom?
Oh, I did. But I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So the rumor today is that Elizabeth Olsen may or may not be back as Scarlet Witch for the film, and that within Doomsday on the Fox X-Men world, which actually we shouldn't be calling Fox X-Men anymore because that's patently not true because there's characters who we know are dead who are now in that universe. So it's not the
Mm,
Fox X-Men universe, and Wolverine in Deadpool Wolverine isn't the Wolverine from the Fox universe. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
in continuity, it isn't the Fox X-Men universe, but within us as fan on the fandom, we know these are the characters we watched in the Fox universe. So it's their it's their swan song. You know, James
Yeah,
Marsden
yeah.
Cyclops, Ian McKellen's Magneto. It's their swan song. They're giving them, Rebecca Remains Mystique,
Yeah, yeah.
not Jennifer Lawrence. It's their swan song of the OG X-Men. And no doubt there'll be others that were in those films that they'll bring back just to say goodbye. Not the director. Brian saying he ain't coming back.
No. Okay.
No, he's not coming back. But yeah, so apparently the rumor is that on this X-Men world that Monica Rambeau is trapped in at the end of the Marvels. Remember that great film?
I barely watched it. I had it on, but I
Yep.
couldn't say I was paying attention. But I get what you're saying. I think she did
Yeah,
go
yeah.
somewhere
But
at the end.
at the post-credit scene, she ends up going through that rift in the
Yeah,
space,
yeah, yeah.
ending up in the alternate universe, which Beast is there with his lab coat on. Kelsey Grammer, Beast.
Mm.
And he says something to her, which has escaped me. But that's the universe she's trapped in. We know that's going to be the universe that these X-Men who are cast in Doomsday are going to be prevailing over. Rumor is today that Magneto in that universe will preside over the island of Genosha, and he will have the House of M alongside him.
Okay.
Wanda, Quicksilver, and the other
Which
sister,
Quicksilver?
whose name Polaris, whose name, yeah. Ah, good question. Which Quicksilver? If you're going with Fox, you'd be Evan Peters. If you're going with the MCU, it's Aaron Taylor Johnson. But if it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, that doesn't make sense because he wasn't Fox. See, it probably is going to be Evan Peters, but then they ruined that with Ralph Boner. Here you go. You get
Yeah,
into the continuity
yeah.
being all messy, and this is where phases 4, 5, and 6, a perfect area where me as an MCU shill is even going to go, well, that doesn't make much sense. But I think you've got to park your brain at the door a
Who
little
is your
bit and
favorite
go,
Quicksilver? And I guarantee Ralph Boner is at the bottom.
I love Evan Peters. I think he did a really good job, but Marvel ruined it with Ralph Boner.
Mm.
I would be quite happy with him as Quicksilver. They even referenced it or went some way towards it in WandaVision by saying, "Oh, they recast him as like an in joke," but then they ruined it at the end with Ralph Boner, and they doubled it down in Agatha all along. So you go to where? So you go, okay, you've ruined that. Then it wasn't a recast continuity thing. It's like, okay, you just cast it for poking the fans for no
I
reason
didn't mind
whatsoever.
Ralph Boner, but Aaron Taylor Johnson was probably my favorite Quicksilver.
WandaVision was perfect apart from Ralph Boner. That's the glaring omission in that series because I love WandaVision. It's one of my favorite things that Marvel's done,
Mm.
but they ruined it with. Well, they
It
didn't
was
ruin it. They
good.
just it's the worst part of it is the Ralph
Peak
Boner because
peak
that doesn't make no
pandemic
sense.
entertainment.
Oh, it was great. It was great. So yeah, I'll get back to my Doctor Doom theory that I heard, and this is via John Campea, so I'm not going to take credit for it. I was listening to John Campea the other day. He said he'd heard it from somewhere. So
I got mine from TikTok.
okay, do you want to go first?
Sure, okay. I gotta try and piece it together. So essentially when he knew that he had been someone had been back in time when he rewatched some CCTV. You know when Ant-Man gave him a short circuit and a seizure when they were putting the stone
Yeah,
collecting
when
the
they went back
stones?
to 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So that Tony Stark, they're saying evolves into Doctor Doom because
Hmm.
he watches back some CCTV, sees he got messed with, sees an
Hmm.
elevator clip of a Iron Man saying "Hail Hydra," and it sends him Lulali where he doesn't know what's real, what's wrong, and what's happening.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And ultimately he evolves into what is Doctor Doom by finding multiversal travel himself.
Okay. Yeah. I don't hate it. I don't, there's a lot of them I don't hate, all the
I'm probably
theories and
missing
stuff.
some of the key points there, but it
No,
was an
no, I
interesting.
think
When I watched it, it
I
was
got the
interesting.
gist of it. I got the gist of it. The one I heard from via John Campea, like I said, is that we find out the Starks descended from Eastern Europe in 616.
Okay.
In an alternate universe, maybe the Fox X-Men one that we're referring to, or the Fantastic Four's universe that they just had. We don't know what I can't remember what number the universe there is. It's
Yeah.
80 something. Um, the same thing occurs but doesn't happen, if that makes sense. So the Starks are from Eastern Europe. They don't go over to America, emigrate to America, and the Starks become the Starks. So we're talking about Howard Stark's father here, not
Yeah.
going to America, not bringing his family over to America. Instead, Eastern European Stark grows up as Von Doom, still has the
Okay.
same agenda, still has the same brain capacity, still has the same technological love, but grows up in, like I said, impoverished area, much more aggressive, much more, you know, prone
Doesn't that
to.
remove a lot of Doctor Doom chronology though? Because he's or mythology, I don't know how to describe it, but isn't he like raised by a mother as a witch and some other thing? Isn't it a bit weird like that? I don't really know the backstory fully of Doctor
The,
Doom. I might
the
be
problem
misquoting,
they've
but
got, no, no, I don't disagree actually. There's pros and cons with every theory you hear about
because
what.
he's like a mix of magic and technology, isn't he? That's his thing.
And brings me on to a great point. They've released the synopsis for the film finally via this Shanghai Expo that they're doing at the moment. Disney's doing. They've shown
Hmm.
Doctor Doom's, well, allegedly the Doctor Doom suit. I still don't believe that's exactly what he's going to look like, but they've shown a big poster of Doctor Doom alongside an Iron Man, alongside a Mickey Mouse, alongside a Pixar display. So it's like displaying all the Disney IP, and Doctor Doom's there front and center as one of them. And you're like,
Mm.
oh, is that what he's going to look like? I don't believe that's exactly what he's going to look like, but it's Doctor Doom. They're not going to vary up too much. So you can
No, he's
only.
still going to wear a green ragged
It's going to be a
robe with
green
some
hood. It's going to be
armor.
metallic gauntlets. It's going to,
Yeah.
yeah, he's going to have the Doctor Doom and the mask, of course. But what they're going to have to what they're going to have to do, and the Russos swear by, they've got a great idea for this. They've got a great idea. Why does Doctor Doom look like Tony Stark? That's the elephant in the room
That is the element in the room. Yeah. Yeah.
because they have to make that make sense. They can't just, and they can do this. I don't think they should do this. They can't just explain it away. Go, well, he's a variant. Shrug, and then they move on. You go, he just looks like Tony Stark. You go, no, Tony Stark is so key to Marvel fandom, as in like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
key to Marvel fans.
Oh yeah, and with the cartoons to the games now, it has a Robert Downey
It's
Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
voice
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
absolutely. Every Iron Man that's come out since is Robert Downey Jr. There's been pale imitators of Robert Downey Jr. in other characters, in other roles, in other in DC or something. They always try and ape off, and they're
Mm,
still feeling the force of Robert Downey Jr.'s loss from the MCU as well. There's not been
yeah.
a figurehead as charismatic and as authoritative on screen as him.
Mm,
So now you've cast him as the main villain of the Avengers film. There's got to be a great reason as to why he looks like Tony Stark, and then you've got the reaction for them to play off. All the Avengers looking at him, going, "Oh crap, that's Tony." Peter Parker looking at him, going, "Crap, that's Tony."
tries to hug him, gets blasted with electricity.
100%. The end of Spider-Man Brand New Day should be him meeting Tony Stark's Doctor Doom and he abducts him or something. That should be the
Mm,
cliffhanger of it, in
yeah.
my opinion. Because the Brand New Day comes out in July next year. December next year is when Doomsday comes out. So it's perfect tie-in, perfect lead-in.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
Another
the thing
film.
they've got to
Look forward
explain. They
to.
have to
Yeah.
explain it, and they have to explain it in the first 15 minutes.
Well,
What does he look like?
anything. No, I disagree. It doesn't have to explain straight away, but it has to be paid off in that film.
Oh,
You can't leave it to the second one, Battle World or whatever. What's the
Oh,
one after
Battle
that?
World. This, yeah, yeah, Secret Wars.
They can't leave it to that. It's got to be explained in that first film. But I don't mind whether it's at the start or the end personally, as long as it's a good story. Like I say, I'm all about the storytelling. I just want to be entertained, and as long as they're taking me on a ride that pays off, I can live with whenever they release that, as long as it makes sense.
I mean, let's be honest. Secret Wars could be a trilogy in itself.
Absolutely.
Battle World is. I'm a bit disappointed that I'm
If you're
disappointed.
enjoying a
This is
story,
where
it's
you
always a
get
shame if
ownership of
they cut it
fandom,
down.
but Battleworld is so rich with stories. I mean, they had a whole series line of events and goings on in Battle. If everyone's ever seen Rick and Morty, those episodes that take place within the Citadel,
Mm.
where they have little mini stories going on
Yeah, yeah,
between the
yeah.
various that Battleworld, you could have pocket stories and pocket TV series
We,
pop
we
up
we
through
we
Battleworld
spoke
in
about this before,
itself.
didn't we? We spoke about it
Sword
would be
What If,
interesting if they
do
put like
Battleworld.
a 2 or 3 year gap between these films, and in between there were loads of little nuggets of stories of just things going on in there.
But
Like
Battleworld could be a
you could do it.
phase in itself. Phase 7, Battleworld.
Mm.
Or Phase 6 actually realistically should have been
But I
Battleworld.
don't know. I think it would get a bit much doing an entire 5 year phase run with it.
I don't
But
know.
like a
If
year
you've
or
got
two, do you know what I mean? Of just 3 or 4 films of
you've got
what's
House of M Island on Battleworld. You've got the Island of Thors, the hundreds of Thors. You've
yeah.
got the Venom world. You've got, I mean, they're all there. All the
Mm,
great and the good of Marvel on this battle world created by Doctor Doom, God Emperor Doom, which again
mm,
is a power set they've got to explain. The synopsis they've released said he's a magic wielding technological genius. So they've confirmed he's magic wielding,
mm.
which is something. That's a big reveal because people were
Well,
speculating whether he would be.
I never doubted it wouldn't be, to be honest.
Me and
That
you
is his
didn't.
character. Yeah.
Me and you didn't, but online community was going, well, is he going to be magician or is he going to be technological? Obviously, with Tony Stark's face, that would lead to it being a technological
Oh, I never
genius.
doubted the magic part myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
One guarantee I would happily put money on. Again, I'll take the bet of anybody in the comment section.
Hmm.
Um, Thanos will appear and Doom will do the iconic ripping the spine out scene.
Again,
I would
that's
put money on that is
that's
happening.
100%. The Russos love aping comic panels in their films, in the Marvel films. 100%, he's ripping Thanos' spine out
Mm.
in Doomsday or Secret Wars. In fact, you
It'll be
could
the
even
second
use
film.
what I said about the Council of Kangs. He rips them all apart in the beginning of the film. He could do that with Thanos straight away. Go to an alternate universe. He's doing whatever his plan is. We think he's going to be God Emperor Doom as per Secret Wars 2015, meaning he's got a god complex and he's saving the multiverse here. So in doing so, he goes to a planet. Thanos is the ruler of the planet. He just rips his spine out. There you go.
Yeah,
Opening
yeah.
opening 10 minutes, rips his spine straight out of his body.
For the second film, that would be a good way to start.
Mm. But
Mm.
you want Thanos in Battleworld. You don't want him ripped his spine out. I would have an alternate Thanos be in the beginning of
But it
Secret War.
happened in Battleworld though.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I'd plonk it at the beginning of Doomsday to show he's a all powerful dickhead. He rips
But
it.
what would be his motivation for doing it before that though?
He's there to well he whatever I don't know the plot. He's there for a motivational reason. He's going to be touring the multiverse in Doomsday for whatever reason,
Yeah.
whether it's to take anchor beings, to take resources, things to take for Battleworld. I don't know. Whatever his motivation is in the film, we don't know yet, but that's going to be a part of it.
Hmm.
It's interesting. I think the conversation is interesting always around the big Avengers films anyway, but this one especially because you've got the baggage of where Marvel is now. If this film doesn't slap, where does it leave them really?
Hmm.
This one has to hit. I think even me as a shill was going, yeah, this one probably has to deliver.
Oh, absolutely. I think I mean DC has proven
Hmm.
it's on a
It's
I
on the
mean
rise.
yeah, it's on the rise. Like I wouldn't say it's on a hot streak. I had to choose my words there because it's
No, I think
improving.
yeah,
It's
I
adapting.
think
It's like the
it's
Borg. It's
just
found the
like the
way
Borg.
its way to operate, if you know what I mean,
Yeah, it's
to have a
not.
winning formula.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
not.
different to Marvel, which is also what's worrying for Marvel. They're not imitating anymore. They are going in their own direction. So Marvel do need to slap with this one. They've got to make it key and they've got to have it land as a success that people are buzzing about on the level of Infinity Wars.
I can't see this one being a financial flop, even if it's not so good. It won't flop financially, but I don't. Marvel needs your financial hits and your critical hits. They need fans to love what they're releasing. Not critical so much, but they need fans
Well,
to
look,
love what they're releasing.
you bring
I
enough
would
characters
argue,
back that people love. I
yeah,
mean, Deadpool and Wolverine, for example, hit 1 billion.
yeah,
There's no reason why this can't
which
for
is
the
only
same
12
same
months ago.
reasons.
Which was
Yeah.
only 12 months ago. And you could argue how involved they were, whether it was a Ryan Reynolds project more so than a Marvel one. I disagree with that because Marvel are quite control freak about
Hmm.
things. So I think it was a collaborative effort. Obviously, there's a ton of improv in his films. You could just see through watching it, but at
Yeah,
the same time, yeah, you've got to sort of take the rough with the smooth. I think a little bit with it, but I think they've had a good year. I think Marvel's had a good year.
yeah.
Two out of three films, I think, were good. Quality wise, we know which ones they are.
No, no words, no words.
I think at least one good TV series. I'm trying to remember what else they've done this year. So I think for the remainder, then we'll do some quick fire yeses, yes or no's, right? So rather than elaborate on them, I don't think there's much elaboration for the remaining ones. Well, say that. War Machine, Don Cheadle.
Oh, no. Because him seeing Tony Stark would be a moment.
Yeah,
Or
100%.
Tony Stark Doomsday.
Yeah,
So actually, I'm gonna go yes and no to the second film.
agreed. Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one.
I think.
Yeah, I don't think he makes that Doomsday. I think you get that moment in Doomsday, gone.
Yeah,
That's it. And then he's off the table forever.
off the table. Yeah. Well, recast potentially in the future, but Don Cheadle's done. I think.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Deadpool.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Doomsday.
Yeah. He's a cash cow.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds needs it.
He just made Disney $1 billion.
Yeah. 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 Yes.
Wolverine.
We're talking the character, or we're talking specifically Hugh Jackman?
Well, the character.
The character, no, yes, does make it into the next one.
Do you think they do a thing where Henry Cavill's Wolverine is in the Fox, or the alternate X-Men universe, and then that universe gets wiped out and with him? It's just a one and done cameo sort of thing.
No,
well,
I
two and done.
No, I think they've already done it. I can't see the Wolverine coming back at all. If anything, I think they're going to use this as a vehicle to introduce some new X-Men.
The new Wolverine,
and the new Wolverine. I mean, fingers crossed from me, possibly a Taron Egerton, dare I say? It could be introduced.
Storm, Halle Berry, not announced.
Yes to Secret Wars, but you know what the problem is with this, right? Is when the incursion fight occurs. Mm-hmm. If it's at the end of Doomsday, then yes, she'll be in that. If it's at the start of Secret Wars, then yes, she'll be in that. Do you know what I mean? So it depends on where they are. But I mean, let's just take Doomsday as just the film with the story, then no. Yes to the fight in Secret Wars that we know is inevitably going to come.
Yeah. And then there's other sort of X-Men from the back in the day, like Iceman and Rogue and stuff, which I think they will appear, but I don't particularly.
The audience aren't going to pop for them.
Some might. Some people like that Rogue, Anna Paquin's Rogue.
I cannot see in this day and age people.
They brought back Rebecca Romijn's Mystique. That was a nothing character in the old ones.
No, she was important in the old ones.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Jennifer Lawrence, she was the main character. Jennifer Lawrence is one in the First Class era.
In the First Class, yeah. But Rebecca Romijn's, like you say, Mystique was still a vital piece, and it's such an iconic character. Whoever played that was always going to be well thought of.
I have a horrible feeling that all the old X-Men characters are going to die at the end of Doomsday, and none of them are going to make it to Secret Wars. That's my theory. But I would love to see Ian McKellen's Magneto in Battle World. That's my disappointment, I think, with that theory.
Yeah.
Not the only one, but there are others. Like James Marsden Cyclops, I really want to get done well, and I think I would love him to carry over.
Here's a question. How powerful a performance do you expect from Ian McKellen, though, at the moment? Love him, great actor. I just don't know if he has that presence.
We're talking about a man who gave a powerful performance in the shitstorm that was Cats only just a few years ago. So I think
it. I only remember that film from Ricky Gervais's joke at the Oscars.
Yeah, but he was the best thing about that film.
Okay,
he played a theatrical loving cat.
Word for it.
Yeah, no, it's a crap film. I'm not defending Cats on this podcast ever, but Ian McKellen was the best part of a crap film, and he's the best part of most things he's in. So I think even his
ripe old age of
I tell
80
you what
something.
tempers my opinion on that at the moment is because I've just started rewatching Picard, that series on Paramount with
Right.
Patrick Stewart, obviously regaining his role of Jean-Luc Picard, and it's kind of I love it. I love him to bits as an actor. Obviously, like you say, I love American Dad, right? So Bullock couldn't be anyone else, you know.
Of course.
And big Star Trek fans and stuff. But he has a very frail performance in that, and he doesn't appear to have the.
Oh wait, you're talking about Patrick Stewart or Ian McKellen?
Patrick Stewart. That's what I'm saying. But
Patrick Stewart,
similar ages. Is what I'm saying.
They are similar.
He doesn't have that projection anymore. And that's what my worry is with a Magneto across two films.
Also, are we going to see Patrick Stewart's Charles Xavier die for a third time?
Yes,
it's going to happen.
I think that's going to happen. Yes.
Yeah, because he died in Multiverse of Madness. He died obviously in the old X-Men films. He's going to die again.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Wow, there you go. Well, yeah, we've seen it. It was good. And there's some really rough shot characters I could mention. So, Daredevil. I know what my answer will be.
No to Doomsday, but I think he'll be in Secret Wars. But as a background, well, so he won't play a main part. But I can see.
Full disclosure, he's not a fan of Daredevil, the character. Just so people watching are aware.
I am. I just don't think he has any place with the Avengers.
Oh God, I hate that answer. I really do. But
it's the answer, though.
No, it's not. Agree to disagree.
He's a blind man carrying some sticks. He has no place. And what can he do?
He's one of the best characters. One of the best characters in comics.
Yeah,
this is where we'll disagree. Bullshit.
Daredevil versus Thanos. What's he doing?
I mean, Thanos versus Cap lost.
Yeah, but the point. Okay,
well, no, it's relevant.
No, that's a fair point. It's a fair point. Okay. You know when the Avengers all start kicking off at each other.
Yeah.
You know, let's. Where's Daredevil in that?
What do you mean? Where is he in that? He hasn't been in that.
What can he add to any fight?
He's in the comics. He's in the comics alongside those people. He's a fighter. Yeah, he's a warrior.
No, normally doing some investigation at a street level.
It's a great character. If Spider-Man's a street,
stealing. That's his stealing.
No, if Spider-Man's a street character, if Spider-Man's a street character and he can go up against these people, I don't see why Daredevil's excluded.
Two street characters then: Spider-Man versus Daredevil.
That'd be a great fight.
It would be over.
Would it be a one-sided fight? Do you really think it'd be a one-sided fight?
Yes, Spider-Man will wipe the floor with Daredevil.
No,
absolutely.
I'm a fan of both of them. I want to see a score draw there because I don't want either of them to lose.
Hand-to-hand fighting.
Yeah.
One has
hand-to-hand fighting. A student who's got superpowers,
the other has
the other's a trained ninja essentially.
With Daredevil.
Yeah. Okay, you've clearly forgotten the TV show and the comics. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Your words, trained ninja.
Yeah.
Right. I've not seen his advantage.
We'll leave this. If anyone listens to this, and I hope you do, if anyone listens to this, let us know who you think. Daredevil, worthy or not worthy?
I would just
in the Avengers lineup
because Zeke is trying to make my opinion look harsher than it is. I like Daredevil the character. I don't think he has a place at an Avengers level event. That is what I've always said.
Horseshit. But anyway, we'll dovetail off because we're pressed for time. The other Defenders characters. We know Jessica Jones is appearing in Daredevil Season 2 next year. There's every chance Luke Cage and Iron Fist are in there as well. If Jessica Jones is back, there's no reason why they can't come back. Do they appear? Is it the same logic? Or are you going to say the same argument as why you don't think Daredevil should see?
No, I just don't think they're big, popular, or important enough to appear. Quite frankly,
I sort of agree with you. I don't see the need to have those people.
Yeah.
Other than there would just be numbers to be offed, and I don't really understand.
Again, I mean, if they want this film to blow, who's going to pop the audience? None of those four.
I'll give you someone who will pop the audience. John Bernthal's Punisher. Is he in it? Is he in Doomsday?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't think he's in Doomsday because I think people in Doomsday are dying. I don't think they want to get him.
There's no reason for him to be in Doomsday. If you say people in Doomsday are dying, that means the fight is happening at the end of Doomsday.
Yeah, I think so.
In which case, some of my answers might be skewed because, like I said earlier, it's where the fight's happening.
It's a mixture, this game, of predicting what's going to happen alongside what could happen in the future. It's like they're trying to combine what the.
I don't think the Punisher has a place here.
I think Punisher has a place in the chaos that is Battle World. So I think Secret Wars.
You could write him in, but I don't. But I mean, from the comic I know, he doesn't have a place.
Oh, do you know? I think he does. I don't think he appears in that comic,
You
but
can,
I think
you can write him in there easy because
yeah.
there is isn't there like a New York?
There's a
part of
Manhattan.
world?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Manhattan. Yeah.
But so you could write him in there, but as the story as I know it has no Punisher, so I can't see it happening.
Yeah.
Although
I
he's a
don't-
popular character and he will pop people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. John Bernthal's a big name. I don't think Doomsday. I do think Secret Wars, and I think he carries on after Secret Wars as well if he wants to. I think it's dependent on him more so than Marvel in that scenario. Moon Knight.
Ooh. No. I'd like to see it, but I don't see it.
I think same as Secret Wars. I think he's in Secret Wars. I don't think he's in Doomsday because I don't see how you just have him pop up.
Yeah, they've got no introduction.
Yeah, they've got no introduction for him.
I think he's been clearly put in a separate universe to what everything else that goes on, and they haven't bridged that gap. So I don't see it coming in.
Do you want a fun one?
Always.
She-Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's gonna be it. She's gonna be in something.
But don't see her making out of Secret Wars or appearing again afterwards. But I can see her popping up.
Now here's the thing. That's a really sensitive subject to put her in it because there's been a lot of talk from the actress. So
10 hours of my life wasted.
Yeah. I mean, the actress hasn't been particularly pleasant to Marvel about her
or Ryan Reynolds.
Deadpool is the character going forward. Just make Disney a buttload of money. He's going to continue making Disney a buttload of money. Do you have Deadpool on screen with She-Hulk? Probably no, because they cancel each other out.
They really can't make reference to that.
And for that reason, I think there's no Deadpool in Doomsday. There is a She-Hulk, but She-Hulk ain't making it to Zeke Wars. You know what I mean?
Unless they're on alternate sides and they try and do some joke where they see each other across the fight.
Oh, that'd be awful. I can't see that going
but
well.
it just feels corny humor. I can see that happening, but I hope it doesn't happen. They need to erase that from anything. And
I want to do a video.
To what I was saying earlier about Mark Ruffalo, she's part of the reason of his downfall as well. And again, it's not the actress necessarily; it is the writing and that show that has brought down.
The show sucked. Any fans of She-Hulk were let down by that show. Any fans of Marvel were let down by that show. And any fans of feminism, I guess, were let down by that show as well because it was pants. It was a pants show all around. No one won from that show. Anyway, I'll go into She-Hulk all day long. Gia.
Who's Gia?
Emilia Clarke from Secret Invasion.
Oh no, hell no!
Who has she is technically the most powerful hero in the whole of Marvel.
I can't see scrolls popping up.
She has everyone's powers. She took everyone's DNA. She had a Drax arm. She had Hulk strength. She had every superhero's powers because the Skrulls had everyone's DNA, and she took everyone's DNA. She became every superhero in Marvel.
And for that reason is why she won't be in it.
She had Thor's DNA. She is the most powerful character. Technically more powerful than Sentry, technically, maybe.
Yeah. I can't see it popping up.
I think they gloss. I think they write that show out of existence. Like forget it happened. Nothing good came out of that show, and nothing good went into that show.
It is an interesting one. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that was coming up. Guardians. I think Star-Lord and Nebula, perhaps, if there's any.
Do they make it out?
Batista's done. Batista ain't coming back. He's done.
Oh, Batista
Drax is done.
Groot,
Gamora, I think's done.
Rocket.
Potentially Rocket. Potentially.
I mean, The Rock's recently done the Batista route of trimming right down.
Oh, you learned 10 years too late. Yeah.
Do other things, but I don't think Batista's going to wear a bodysuit or bulk up for any role.
No, he's got a very down. I think without going into too much detail, I don't think Batista's very happy with Disney whatsoever. So I don't think he's coming back for any particular reason to put on makeup or anything. He doesn't need it either. He's just doing Dune movies. He's great. He's golden. He's doing incredible stuff. I think Groot and Rocket perhaps. I think more like I think all four of these people aren't going to be in Doomsday either. So Groot, Nebula, Rocket, and Star-Lord are the four. Yeah, maybe Mantis, but I don't particularly think you need Mantis either.
No, I don't think anything. Any of them make it out.
I think all four go into Secret Wars. None of them appear in Doomsday.
Um,
No Guardian is in Doomsday.
yeah, that
No
makes
need.
sense,
It
yeah. That makes
complicates
sense.
things a little bit. It's a bit
But
too
I don't
many.
think they make it out the other side either, because I mean,
Making out the other side is a different story. Are they in Phase 7? Yeah.
I can't see how what's his name? Chris Pratt
Chris Pratt.
is courting DC at the same time as got guaranteed projects with Marvel on the other side. I just don't think that would work.
I think there's a swathe of fans who would love him to continue as Star-Lord. I think it would be a clever business move to have Star-Lord be a prominent role in Marvel post Phase 6. So you go into Phase 7. I would do it if I was in charge of Marvel. I would sign him up and say, we're going to do a Star-Lord series. We're going to do because there's a ton of great Star-Lord stories they could tell.
Mm.
You know, one's involving one I mentioned to you weeks ago involving the video game they made, which was particularly not a great video game, but his story in it I thought was pretty interesting. Having a parallel world, perhaps, where a daughter he fathered on a parallel world, so he's not the real dad, but the daughter comes in somehow through multiversal stuff. Ends up with a daughter that he didn't raise and didn't have, but it's a Star-Lord daughter, and that'd be an interesting sort of anyway. So I don't think the Guardians are in it at all. Gia, I don't think appears. I think you forget she existed. The Secret Invasion is done. I think you ignore that totally.
Would never have even thought of her unless you mentioned it.
Ironheart.
I think she's not done, but I don't think she appears in this.
I don't think she appears in Doomsday.
I don't think she appears in any of these films, but I don't think she's done as a character. I reckon they're going to try something else with the character of Ironheart. With the same actress, carrying on her story in some way.
The actress isn't the problem.
Thing about it
the
was
actress isn't the problem. The actress is not the problem.
No. It's the
actress is actually a really good actress. I think the problem is the character. And the show sucked, so it did her no favors. And that's just my take. But I don't know what you do with her in the films. I don't know what you do with her in Doomsday. Why is she there? What do you do with her in Secret Wars? Perhaps Secret Wars is probably more likely for me because there'll be people popping up on these random battle world. But I think I equate this to all the actual Young Avengers. I know there was that concept art which got leaked, which had the Young Avengers with Star-Lord. The Star-Lord was like the mentor to the Young Avengers.
Very cringe.
If it was true, I'm not sure that's a brilliant use of Star-Lord or the Young Avengers being there in the first place. The Young Avengers obviously have Wiccan and Speed, and Wiccan probably will play into whatever's going to happen with Scarlet Witch. So there is links to have them there. I'm just not sure the Young Avengers is a great. I don't think Young Avengers is a great idea anyway. But least of all in featuring in Doomsday, so I branched them all together. Other ones I mentioned like Werewolf by Night, Elsa Bloodstone. I'm not sure. I think they could be sort of pocket things. I don't see them appearing. Again, more probably likely in Secret Wars than Doomsday. And I've got Vision as well, because Vision's in Vision Quest. There is a white Vision out there.
I don't see it myself, possibly in Doomsday at the end if the fight is there. It depends where this fight is. Like I say, it kind of defines who's what. But again, he's not a character I see making it out. I mean, the story between him and Wanda seemed done at this point, but sorry,
I think that's done. That's done. There was actually two finalities to that because they had the WandaVision final and obviously the Infinity War. Yeah, I don't think you need. I don't need a reuniting of Wanda with Vision. I actually need to see Wanda with Wiccan. That's the story they
no, good point.
Because he's looking for his mother.
Yeah,
that's the story you need to wrap up. Vision's done. I don't actually the whole point of Vision Quest I can't see yet. The only hype I've got for Vision Quest, well, two things actually that leads me on to my next one, and I'm nearly finished. Vision Quest is being made by the guy who did Picard season 3, so there is a link there.
Okay,
so that's got room for optimism on a show we don't need a one.
That season, that's why I've started again.
Right, I think it's the best season of Picard.
Is it because it has all the old characters back?
No, it's really good. The writing's really great. Okay. And he's the writer of it. So the Vision Quest, I'm excited because he did it. I think his name's Telly something. So one of the final ones I've got. We did loosely talk about Kang, whether he's going to appear in Doomsday or Secret Wars. Do we think he's going to appear in Doomsday?
No.
No, not at all. They ignore that. Yeah.
No.
Secret Wars.
Now's not the time. I don't write Jonathan Majors off completely.
No.
I think there is a slight peek in a door somewhere down in the hallway. But I can't see now being the time to bring that back. Possibly when this is wrapped up, if it's successful, and maybe the time strikes, but now doesn't feel the time. That makes sense.
I don't think they need it. I think enough time has passed, and no one's crying out to see what's happening with Kang yet.
No, Ant-Man.
I don't think that's a story. Yeah, I think as crap as that tying up the story was in Ant-Man Quantumania, because he's just sort of like, well, maybe he can come back, and then he has his birthday cake, and it just moves on, and the film ends. I think as terrible as that is as a finality for the Kang story, because they didn't have that post-credit scene where all the councils go, now we'll go get the Avengers. I think you ignore Kang until the dust is settled. Perhaps you bring back Jonathan Majors or you recast him.
I think he'll be a recast, but he'll pop up as some sort of cameo somewhere doing something.
Yeah, then you recast him. Another one I had was a Black Panther.
Yes, in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
It's the right time. It's a good way to do it.
I mean, a T'Challa.
Black Panther. Yeah. So I mean, a T'Challa. Yeah, bring
Shuri's obviously in play. We know she's in the film. I'm talking about a T'Challa coming.
Yeah, T'Challa.
Yeah. Is that
Secret Wars not
casting? Is T'Challa Michael B. Jordan?
Should be.
Yeah, 100% should be.
Absolutely perfect at this point.
Yeah. 100% perfect.
God rest, Chadwick Boseman's soul.
Yeah.
Anthony, if you're going to pick somebody else to step into that role, get the fans over, smash it, be a box office success. Michael B. Jordan, absolutely. I can't think of anybody else.
100%. That is the. If you're Disney, you go, yes, let's do that.
It was what we wanted in Wakanda forever.
100%. There is canon as well, because there's a storyline where Killmonger becomes the Black Panther. It would have worked. I don't know why they didn't do that. And the last one is Ultron. I've got on my list because Ultron is going to appear in Vision Quest. James Spader is back as Ultron. He's in play, so that's why he's on the table, because he's now back in play.
But for me, again, it depends where that fight is.
Battleworld has Ultron Island or whatever it's called. I haven't got the Battleworld map in front of me, but there is an Ultron. A world of Ultrons on Secret Wars on Battleworld. I
think he'll be involved in the battle whenever that is, whichever film. But I can't see him being a part of the overall story.
I think the conclusion of this is I think Doomsday is very much focused between what they've announced, which is the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, the OG X-Men, the Thunderbolts, and whatever current state Avengers live in the 616. Whether Sam Wilson's Avengers, whatever they look like, does that feature Hulk at this point? Does it feature Shang-Chi? Probably. Does it feature Captain Marvel still, because she's still around? Wong. We didn't mention Wong, but he's already announced to be in the film.
He was one of the ones I was thinking of asking you about.
Well, he was announced as the cast. That's why he's on the list of alternates.
I don't see a Wong or Doctor Strange recast on the horizon.
No.
Yeah, they'll carry on.
So. But anything, I think Doomsday is focused on those characters they announced, plus anyone featured who might be considered a 616 Avenger, or a Fox X-Men, or X-Men from the OG list.
Yeah.
I don't think you complicate that, because I think some or a lot of those people aren't going to make it to Secret Wars. They're going to be wiped off the face of the universe. So I think that's what you do. And then Secret Wars is focused on your weird cameos, like we did mention Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. They're going to probably be in Secret Wars.
Do you think? I don't see that.
Yeah, I think they're coming back. I think you don't leave that off.
I don't see that.
I'd be surprised if that doesn't happen.
They've already done it. I just don't see it.
But yeah, they have done it. But I think this is now Secret Wars is probably going to be what it's supposed to be, which is a coalescing of all these characters you can grab hold of, put them on a world where they have to fight for whatever reason, whatever the motivation is, and then you see, and at the end of it, like I said, you wipe the slate clean. You start afresh with a brand new 616 world, populated with the heroes. I mean, I think it was your favorite Eric Voss who pitched the Phase 7 being the Earth, as in Stan Lee's version of Marvel, which was like New York full of Spider-Man plus the Fantastic Four plus the X-Men are in North New York, and then you've got Black Panther's in play in Wakanda, and you've got Shang-Chi operating in LA. You've got the Marvel world as was, via Stan Lee. You've got all these characters now under your auspices. You can go afresh, but obviously you've got baggage with some characters or some actors even in certain scenarios. So from a business point as much as a storytelling point, it makes sense to just wipe the slate clean after Secret Wars, keep whoever you want to keep or you can tell stories with going forward, who actually wants to be in Marvel as well, because that's a key thing. And I think that's where you go from a business point of view as much as a storytelling one. And then you go full-fledged, like you said, end of Phase 7 or end of Phase 9, Avengers versus X-Men. That's what you build. But you have to establish new Avengers, which they haven't done in Phases 4, 5, and 6. We don't know who the Avengers team is going into.
No, they even left Thunderbolts on a cliffhanger of there's 2 separate teams right now.
Yeah, we go, Sam's got his team. We go, who's on it? We haven't seen anything. We had a whole Sam Wilson film 6 months ago. We had a Sam Wilson film, and they didn't establish that.
Well, we know one is it's him and New Falcon.
Yeah, he's probably not going to make it. I don't think he makes it to the Secret Wars.
I don't think he's the Falcon going forward.
Joaquin Torres, yeah, I don't think he makes it.
It wasn't a strong performance for me.
He was fine, but that character's like he's a bit of an energetic kid, and you go, okay, well, he's not going to last long.
Yeah, Young Avengers.
Yeah, Young Avengers. No one's asking for it.
I'm not, certainly.
Well, no, we're old men, but like no one young, I don't think is asking for Young Avengers either. That's the point. I don't think it's not a streaming hit or a money making IP. It's a weird one. If you make something good, it's good, and people will start to like it. But I just don't see much. I don't think if you plonk Young in front of anything, it does well.
No, no. It straight away minimizes it compared to the rest. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I get you.
That comment wasn't supposed to be as controversial as perhaps it's coming out.
I mean, the internet's the internet.
Well, that's public record now. But no, it's no. I just think like you said, from Marvel, I think it's just clean it up. But I think Tom Holland is probably the only one we can guarantee will be in Phase 7.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think so. I'd love to say Daredevil, Charlie Cox will be there. I'm not sure.
Well, even in the comic,
I'm not sure.
Doctor Strange dies at the end of Secret Wars.
Doctor Strange, I'm not sure. Benedict's contract's probably up, I'm assuming. Yeah. Yeah. Not to mention, I think Scarlett Johansson's probably going to come back in the Secret Wars for a one-off.
One-off, yeah.
One-off. Because you can see Yelena and
her having a moment, but equally, she didn't get a good sign-off.
No, I think she might be like, I don't want to say the evil Avengers, but like the alternate Avengers, and Yelena's up against Natasha.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Cue the scene where they do the pose.
Yeah, they do the pose. Yeah, like contrapuntal relief or whatever they call it. Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed this chat. This is my favorite talking subject, so I've really enjoyed this podcast.
Yeah, it's good.
It's been good. It's been a great chat. I really love it. So we'll wrap it up, I think. Yeah.
But we'll have to release your audio for the famous first track at some point. Or first podcast. Sorry.
What do you mean?
You recorded your own audio, didn't you? You didn't capture me when we first did this.
Oh, I did. Yeah, this is not the first time we've tried to do this, but then I went on a holiday because that was more important. So. Well, yeah, no, I'm not going to release that first audio because it was me talking to thin air.
Yeah, that'll be entertaining for me. I would like a coffee.
Yeah, well, I had a much more fulfilling conversation with thin air than I ever did with you.
Well, you just told me, hang on, that's contradictory. You just said a second ago that you enjoyed this.
I need to end it on a jab. No,
you don't.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. No,
you started on a jab. You don't need to end it on a jab.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's all good. Right. People love it. You'll see in the comments.
What 5 listeners we're going to get, but fingers crossed.
Yeah. And those 5 people are going to love it.
They're going to watch the first 30 seconds and turn off. But
yeah,
hopefully you stick to the end. And thank you for joining if you did.
Thank you. This will probably be the roughest recording we do because it's our first time. We're establishing the groundworks. But yeah, we'll try and build on it. But yeah, thank you very much for anyone who does listen. Very much appreciated. Please like and subscribe. The channel, it really does help. Really do appreciate anyone who indulges in the content that we provide here at Zekeism. Do you have any socials you want to advertise?
None.
Okay.
I don't have any socials. I need to invest, get some Zook socials now, don't I?
Yeah, you're very annoying, Zook. You know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.